Live from Washington, D.C. Hello, everyone. I'm Dana Perino, along with Kimberly Guilfoyle, Juan Williams, Jesse Waters, and Greg Gutfeld. 5 o'clock in our nation's capital, and this is The Five.
Serious music.
It's 4 hours away from now. The big annual show on Capitol Hill, the State of the Union address, live at 9 p.m. Eastern. The bells are ringing. It's amazing. Greg Gutfeld singing. It will be President Trump's first, though he did address a joint session of Congress last February, soon after his inauguration. We're expecting to get excerpts soon. We'll bring those to you when they come in. The White House says the tone of the speech will be bright and optimistic. The president will seek bipartisanship on a number of issues: jobs and the economy, infrastructure, immigration, trade, and national security. It's been a contentious year between Republicans and Democrats. Will there be more compromise ahead? More unity and less divisiveness? Let's go to the one who is so optimistic, bright, and sunny. Greg, what do you think?
Oh my gosh!
Two observations. I think he's going to do a great job because the expectations are set so low by the media. They are so upset with him and they expect so little from him that all he will have to do is just be nice.
I think expectations are high for him this time.
Oh, I don't think so at all. I think that people are looking forward to him being evil and wrong, and he'll be nice. But my other thing is, I want to take a page out of Andy Ferguson from the Weekly Standard and Kevin Williamson from National Review. It would be much better if he got up there and he said, you know what? You don't need this. I tweet every day. You don't need the State of the Union. All you got to do is follow me on Twitter. I tell you everything that's on my mind. This is the first and last State of the Union I'm ever going to do. Take your family out to dinner on those bonuses. I'm going home. That would be the most awesome State of the Union of all time.
He might get a standing ovation.
He would. But that's the problem with this stuff. It's so fake. The reason why the State of the Union sucks is that it's so fake. People standing up, people sitting down.
Booing, cheering.
It's so choreographed, manufactured. It makes me sad inside, like a lot of things.
Well, one thing that is clear from my look at this five shot is I am like one of the shortest people ever on the
Not by
planet.
much.
You're just realizing that right now?
They gave me a choice between a pillow or a heated seat, and I went with the heated seat.
Yeah, I'm going to steal that heated seat in the moment. I'm a little cold.
You're in the hot seat.
All right, what do you think? Are you excited for tonight, like Greg is?
I am excited. I don't want him to tweet it because I want to watch Ruth Bader Ginsburg fall asleep.
She's not going to be there.
She's not going to be there?
No.
Oh, darn it. Okay, well, someone's going to fall asleep and someone will embarrass themselves. At one point, the camera will go to a very old senator, and that senator will be dozing off. And those are the best moments. Also interesting to see who people bring. It turns out the Democrats are bringing illegal aliens. A lot of people are saying they should bring ICE agents to just round them up right there. Other people are bringing transgender military members, and I'm hearing the Congressional Black Caucus might do a black power fist and walk out. So, all of these may be noble causes, but I really don't think the Democrats are connecting with mainstream Americans. The president's going to be on teleprompter. And a lot of people that support President Trump love teleprompter Trump. We used to make fun of Barack Obama when he was on the teleprompter, but we love President Trump. When he's on the teleprompter, because he sticks to script, it's going to be a lot of recounting all the winning, which could take a very long time, Juan, especially with all the applause. And then he's going to be looking forward to the next year and try to bring unity and find some items like infrastructure, immigration, and trade that the Democrats might be able to get on board with.
Buying that one?
Oh, I'm just overwhelmed by the winning. It's just been so much winning. So when I look at the numbers, I think,
sick of it, aren't you?
Oh, my God.
Trump said you'd be sick of it.
You want to know because it's just so overwhelming. I am thrilled, Jesse.
You look thrilled.
I am thrilled. Because I understand as his guest, he'll have like Stormy Daniels, maybe. Or how about Steve Wynn?
Shot.
Cheap shot.
Maybe he should bring Lewinsky.
It was a $130,000 shot, I think. So I think what you got here.
Ask Hillary
Dana,
how much it all costs.
Dana is a guy who is going to try to stay on prompter to pick up on what Jesse was talking about. And I think from what we hear, Gary Cohn, who did so well for the president in Davos, is really in charge of this speech along with Stephen Miller. Now, Stephen Miller is kind of the fire and brimstone guy, and I think they're going to try to bring a little bit of that. You look at the guest list, and you're going to have people there whose children were killed by MS-13. I think they're going to go back hard on the immigration side of it, and that's going to come from Miller. But I think from Cohn, you'll hear a lot of talk about the benefits of economics and the tax cut, and the hope that while he talks about America first, he's not saying this is, I'm just repeating the lines that he said at Davos, this is not America alone. And so in that sense, it really does speak to something I hope he does, which is reach out to the American people and say that there is a possibility. But my fear is that's not Donald Trump. So I'm just, I can
But
dream
we've
about
seen,
it. That's just not.
Even a year ago in February when he did the joint session speech, Kimberly, it was a teleprompter speech. And remember, that was where many commentators from both the left and the right said, now that's a presidential speech.
Absolutely. I think President Trump is going to exceed expectations tonight. He has a lot of material to work with in terms of the accomplishments with the economy, infrastructure, tax reform, immigration, all of the above. So I think there's a lot of checkpoints that he can make in terms of saying, hey, this is what I promised the American people, the working class, men and women across this country that felt forgotten. I'm honoring my promises that I made during the campaign, fulfilling them during my presidency. And the whole theme of a safe and strong America is one that resonates. There can't be anybody who's against a safe and strong, prosperous country. And that's what he's going to hit tonight.
One of the things that an economy, a good economy, allows you to do, Greg, is to have some space to think about other things that you want to work on. So if jobs are back and the American people feel like the economy is better and they have confidence, then you can deal with other things. So he's expected to talk tonight about infrastructure and opiate addiction in addition to immigration.
I don't want him to talk about anything. I have to reiterate this, that I don't want to hear what he can make government do more of. He should just do a little punch list. Here's the jobs numbers. Here's the economy. Here's how many ISIS fighters we killed. Okay, that's what happened this year. I'm going to try and do some other things this year. Another little punch list, like 3 little things, and then just be done with it. This is for the rest of America, not for the left of America. He shouldn't care about impressing people that want more government. He should just do it. You know what he is? The reason why he's so different and the reason why everybody has problems with him is that he's running a country like it's a business. He's like a boss, and he can't shake it. So he should just treat it like a meeting with a boss. Like he comes in there and goes, okay, so we did this, we did this, we did this. That's all right. We got to do this. And if we don't do this, you're in trouble. I'm firing this guy. That's how he talks. He should just do that because the way it used to go before, let's face it, didn't matter who was doing the State of the Union. It was pompous and choreographed, and we pretended to be interested. Let's just let it go.
But you're definitely going to watch?
Yes, well, I have to. But you know what it is? It's like the great thing about Trump is look at the Correspondents' Dinner. Those things, all these traditional things implode under his watch. Why can't this one?
You know what?
Well, I don't think this is going to be the last State of the Union address as much as you'd like it to be. But the president does receive better numbers when he does these big historic events. You get the pomp and circumstance, the majesty of it all. Trump does very well. The Democrats, on the other hand, have, I think, 6 different responses to the State of the Union. So they're totally fractured. And who knows what they're going to say. Bernie's doing his thing. I believe Kamala Harris is doing her thing. Who knows what the Democratic Party stands for anymore. So I think Trump will receive a big bump after tonight.
There was a headline today, Juan, that said the Democrats, especially in red states, are starting to panic because of all the good economic news.
I don't think that's rational, because one of the interesting things about Trump's poor poll numbers is that if you ask the American people about the economy, they say if the economy is good, economic confidence, consumer confidence up. But they don't necessarily connect that to Donald Trump. They give lots of credit. In fact, they give more credit to Barack Obama.
Not true.
And obviously, most presidents, while they're in office, they take credit for anything because they also get blamed for everything. But here's a situation where the American people say clearly the recovery was ongoing, Trump comes in. I think, by the way, in response to Greg's terrible attitude about our wonderful State of the Union address, you're going to have some reality TV, and you have got Mr. Reality TV delivering the speech.
No, this will be
wait. So I think you're going to have people who don't show up. I think lots of members of the Hispanic caucus, the Black caucus, just said, hey, why should I show up and listen to a guy who lies?
You're going to get arrested.
Yeah, that could be.
They're coming for you.
Yeah, because we called Trump out on the lies. You can't do that.
I forgot to tell you.
I do think, Kimberly, one of the reasons that Greg and others feel that way about the State of the Union is because it was never supposed to be that way. The State of the Union is supposed to be just a letter, really, or just a notification that everything's fine, don't worry about stuff. But it has grown so much, but the visualization of who you bring, it's almost become more important than the actual words of the speech. And tonight, both sides are going to have very compelling and interesting members of the American public there.
Yeah, it's also a visual presentation in terms of a who's who you can get for your side to sort of be symbolic in terms of your party, your movement, the type of things that you want to accomplish, and also maybe some of the points that you want to make that you need to improve upon. You say, okay, I have the support from this community or that community. But I do think that President Trump, besides having a visual presentation of who shows up for him, is also really going to be strong in terms of the rhetoric and mirroring some of the themes that he laid out in Davos as well, because he does have quite a bit to work with. And for President Trump, I don't think he's going to, miss the opportunity to capture the moment for the American people, because there's a lot more that he wants to accomplish. And this is the way and the vehicle by which that he can really garner that support moving forward for some of the legislative policies and things that he'd like to accomplish.
Jesse, last word?
And for all the Democrats that say this guy is the worst president of all time, they're going to be jumping over themselves to try to shake his hand as he walks down the aisle to get a nice photo opportunity so they could send them back to the
Did you miss the idea that people aren't showing up to protest, that women
But
are
there will
dressing
still
in
be
black?
people.
So Trump's not going to shake any Democratic hands? You want to make a bet one?
No, I'm saying
You wanna make a
because
bet?
some people, but I'm saying the news is, it's like, they say it's not news about the jets that land at national airports. It's news about the jets that crash.
It's
and there's
not
gonna be
real
lots
news,
of,
Juan. No one cares
there's
who's not showing
it's
up.
not only not showing up, it's their protest in the street.